such a lie.
Metrics that I sent out. Okay, so these are February metrics. I'm sure that a lot of this is a
Hey Dave, it might just be me, but I can only see your back.
Desktop.
Yeah, I think it's the wrong monitor. Yes, that's it.
Alright, so we got a couple of metrics here. These are obviously global, but this is where February's come in. I'm specifically looking at our average daily production. So this is how many hours we build each day on professional services projects, including contractors. So we had a budget of 1,513 hours per day globally. We came in at 1,568. Now, what you would guess that meant is that we overperformed on revenue, but unfortunately, our average bill rate was so low in the month of February that we are actually calling a $287,000 miss on global revenue for February, which I could consider it's going to have some ramifications for us as we enter March. The numbers were about the same between North America and India. On average daily production, we almost by 110 hours per day overperformed in North America, but our average bill rate was significantly lower than what was expected. And a lot of that came down to Red River and BCBS.
Can I ask you a stupid question?
Yeah.
We know what the actuals were for February. Why are we using average daily rate instead of the actuals? It just seems weird to me that we're using a manufactured number to come up with a number and not using what the actuals were.
We are in reverse. Probably could look at the total number of hours for the month, but we measure every 7 days, the average daily production. So that's why we like to have a single number that we just get in our head, because we measure it every single week, looking back at the prior week. Does that make sense?
It just seems convoluted, that's all. I need to be going and looking at the actuals for February as did we hit the budget or not for February, and then using the February number as the number I use going forward for that till I get the next one. So
we know that we had a budget of 30,926 hours, and we did 32,023. That's what this is saying. But how would you know whether that means that you're going to hit March, unless you broke it down by day?
no, I'm just saying like we're saying we didn't meet the number for February, and we're using a manufactured number to say that I didn't meet that number instead of looking at what did I actually bring in February. That's all I'm asking why.
So the next slide will have the actual
Okay.
revenue.
All right.
This is just hours, right?
Okay.
At the end of the day, Lisa, you, me, like there's better look at how many hours did we actually bill. That we can't impact. Okay, so let's look at utilization. Obviously, we measure it. India's cruise at 85%, India's at 80%, and in February, North America is at 73%. So we're all aware of that number, and we're all aware that that's 2% below target. We need to get that up for March, and I think we are tracking to see that increase. This came out of, I think, a slightly different report than what we use, which is that V3 time report, because I'm seeing numbers that are at 74% for February, but this is the official, what Anthony reports to the board. So 0.53, EMEA is at 3, and India is at 3.19. So we've got some work to do on the North America side. So this is something that we report